हेलो।
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 5-5 फिट नहीं हो रहे हो, इधर हो जाओ थोड़े। हाँ पंडित जी, स्टूडेंट्स आ गए हैं तकरीबन, मान के चलो 50-60 प्लस हो गए। हाँ, यहाँ आगे बीच में आ जाओ थोड़े। हाँ नरेंद्र जी, हेलो। हाँ हाँ, आपकी तैयारी है ना? चलो मैं शुरू कर रहा हूँ प्रोग्राम। प्रोग्राम शुरू हो रहा है, मैं थोड़ी देर में बात करता हूँ। जी। नमस्कार, स्वागत, अभिनंदन। I heartily welcome our distinguished guest, Shri Mohanji, Shrimati Devi Mohanji. Madam, I request the Honorable and respected sitting dais to formally begin this program by Deep Prajwalan and garlanding Ma Saraswati right next back to them. I request the sitting dais. Sorry. धन्यवाद. आपसे अनुरोध अपना स्थान ग्रहण करें. I now request Principal and Controller, Pacific Medical College and Hospital, Dr. M. Mangal Sahab, and CEO Sharad Kothari ji to welcome Mohanji by offering mala and pag. And I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to present a memento as a memoir to Mohanji from our organization. I now request Additional Principal, Professor Dr. Vinodini Varhade to welcome Srimati Devi Mohanji with Pag, Uparna and adorning Mala. अतिथि देवो भव की हमारी सनातन संस्कृति रही है. Thank you. Now I request respected Principal Sir, Dr. M. Mangal Sir, for his welcome address with a brief note on Mohanji's life journey.
Good morning, everybody. Honorable Mohanji, Mrs. Devi Mohan, CEO Sarji Kothari, Dr. A.P. Gupta, Hemanji Kothari, Mangilalji, and my friends. It's a privilege and pride moment for me to welcome Mohanji and tell you about his life journey. It's my privilege. Mohanji is a global humanitarian. Committed to raise the awareness of generations from selfishness to selflessness. His mission is to wake up kindness in the hearts of people. He has dedicated his life in serving the world with a single purpose, guiding people towards highest values of human potentials, such as kindness, compassion, and non-violence. Or in other words, make the transition from humankind to kind humans. His core teaching is simply be you. Understand, accept, and express your uniqueness in the world. Mohanji has founded various global organizations and platforms for people to express themselves through acts of compassion and kindness that will add the value to the society. The career and life of the Mohanji. Mohanji, born in India, pursued a postgraduate degree in English language and literature before commencing a 22-year career in the Middle East shipping industry. Starting as a sales executive, he demonstrated outstanding performance and rapidly advanced to the position of country head. Life is not at all simple or straight, and an accident in 2000 marked a turning point in his life, which pushed him further on the journey to know himself and the very meaning of life. He is married to Devi Mohan, a Serbian citizen, and they have a daughter together, Mila Mohan. In June 2012, he decided to move away from the successful corporate career and dedicated himself to serving the world full-time. First organization Mohanji has founded was Amicure Charitable Trust in the memory of his late daughter Emmu in 2003, India. ACT Foundation was simultaneously launched in Dubai in the same year. Amicure operates across 23 states in India. Nowadays, while the ACT Foundation extends its outreach to 28 countries worldwide, including Australia, Canada, Croatia, Macedonia, Serbia, Slovenia, South Africa, UK, and USA. Later on, Mohanji Foundation was established to serve as platform for spiritual methods and teaching given by Mohanji, with one goal, adding value to the world, headquarters in Switzerland and registered in 18 countries globally. He has been invited as a speaker in India and worldwide. He has been awarded by various organizations in India and abroad. With these words, I welcome you all once again. Jai Shri Ram.
Dhanyavad, sir. Before we proceed to hear the gracious words of Mohanji, I call upon Dr. Hemant Kothari to say a few words.
respected members, on the dignitaries, of the dignitaries, doctors and budding doctors. A very good morning to all of you. I am not going to speak much on the aspects on which these deliberations are going to happen, but I am here to invite all of you on behalf of respected and honorable chairman Shri Rahulji Agarwal to the convocation ceremony which we are going to have tomorrow at Pahir University campus, Debari. The ceremony will begin at 6:30 p.m. and it's a small ceremony of 2 hours almost, and you are requested to join us for the dinner after the ceremony. So on behalf of Honorable Shri Rahulji Agarwal, I once again invite all of you, including heads of the institutes, departments of Pacific Medical Universities, and doctors and students sitting here. Thank you very much and have a nice day.
Thank you, sir, for extending your warm invitation to Pacific Medical University family. अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानांजनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मीलितं येन तस्मै श्री गुरुवे नमः. इसी के साथ I now humbly request a friend of the world and a global humanitarian, Shri Mohanji, to grace us with his thought-provoking discourse on equanimity and service, essential ingredients for harmony in life. Shri Mohanji.
Okay. Yeah. Is it come video?
Okay, no issues.
Good morning to all of you. Dignitaries on the dais, the team of Pacific University, and all the people behind it who brought me here. I'm really thankful, I'm grateful. And it is really an honor for me that I could come to Udaipur first time ever in my life, brought by you. And I think this will not be the last time. So the subject matter of equanimity, before that I would like to touch upon what your principal spoke about. You know, a career in life is sometimes not designed by us. We don't probably plan it that way. We may not be able to plan a career in life. We can study and we can create a roadmap. Okay, this is how I'm going to live my life. In my life, it was very different. I did post-graduation in English language and literature, but I was not too keen on the studies which is prescribed, but I was more keen on life as it is, as life brings you, what destiny gives you. Please remember, destiny throws things at you without warning. Life is like that. You can't pre-plan it. You cannot rehearse it. Neither can you reverse it. You've got to live every moment time to time. There's nothing you can do. Please understand, this is not a helpless situation. This is something which makes you or forces you to be alert, to be aware, and to be active. A. It's very important because you got to act on that time. There's no other way. So I was not really designing my life. So I thought probably when I learned English language and literature that time, I thought I will be a lecturer. Then I ended up in shipping business, which I really loved. I loved the shipping business because the whole world is your arena. You're not stuck to one place. And whichever country you go, the same language everybody speaks. The shipping industry is like that. I loved it. And I love seas. I love oceans. Even now I love it. So shipping was really good for me. And at certain point in time, I found the shallowness of what money can buy. You know, there is a limitation what money can give you. It doesn't satisfy you. I realized one thing, that satisfaction is every moment contentment, not that you can be satisfied in the future. I was talking to students in New York, and there in one university, there you can make your own cocktail. You can pick up photography, or you can pick up another subject, 3-4 subjects, and you can get a degree. It's you tailor make your course and you get a degree. So a few of the students, I asked them, why did you choose these particular things? And most of them said, it gives us good money. So I asked them, what guarantee? Do you love it? If you don't love it, it's pressure. If you don't like something, every day is a pressure. You're not enjoying it anymore. If you cannot enjoy something which you do, you're just doing it for a job, whole life is a burden. So how do you, coming back to this equanimity, how do you maintain equanimity? It's not spirituality. Please don't mix up these things. It's an attitude. How do you maintain equanimity? First of all, you should love what you do. This is essential. If you start enjoying what you do, you get up in the morning happy, looking forward for the day. Otherwise, we are looking for holidays all the time. And have you seen people going for holidays and coming back more tired? You know, again, we go to a place with a regular agenda. We say that, okay, I'm going to Udaipur, I have to see these places, go to these places, and you're running, trotting all over, and you're trying to grab more and more from the place. It's not possible. It's not possible. Wherever you go, you should feel. And importantly in life, see, now a bit of spiritual side. Life means a marriage between gross, which is the physical body, the mind, the intellect, and the ego. Ego is the skeleton of your personality. Not the ego, the pride, the arrogance, not that ego. Ego means something which gives you a structure or structure of your personality. That ego is good, because if somebody asks you who you are, and if you say, I don't know, that doesn't hold water, right? People won't respect you. When you say, oh, I am so and so, who's telling this? I am so and so in this life, right? In this mode, in this time. This is me. That ego is good. So physical body, mind, intellect, and ego put together is the gross. Then there is an energy aspect. That energy aspect enlivens this physical aspect. Just like electricity, it goes through the light bulb, makes it live. Imagine a state where the light bulb is there, but there's no electricity. It's useless. So the separation, the divorce of the subtle from the gross is death. So life is pretty much this. At one point in time, the gross and the subtle came together. And at another point in time, the subtle separates from the gross. Just like you leave a rented house. Then that's over. Show is over. So in between these two times, we have a thing called life. We live. And what do you get out of this life? What is your basic income from this life? One word. Please listen to this carefully. Are you listening? What is the one thing you get out of this life? Don't tell me money. Maybe you will not get that all the time. Experience. The only thing you get from this life is experience. The only saving you have from life are memories. If you are not enjoying life, what is your earning? Burden, heaviness, weariness. And you can see so many people going through the life dragging their feet. And you can see people like Abdul Kalam. You've seen such people trotting through life. Even when he was a president or he was not president, he was the same. Happy. Why? Because he was light. He was experiencing moment to moment to moment. And his position, possession, relation did not affect him. His position, possessions, or relations did not affect him. We can all live like that. What we are in the world has no value. What we give to the world has tremendous value. What we are in the world could be anything. We could be a doctor, engineer, scientist, we could be a politician, we could be a priest. But what we give to the world has great value. That makes you. The world remembers you for what you have given to the world, not what you have taken from the world. A lot of people in the world have taken a lot of things and they died. And what did they take when they died? Nothing they took from here. Nothing they carried from here. Nothing belonged to them. The world doesn't belong to you. Fundamentally, nothing belongs to you, even this body. But at some point in time, that remembrance happens, but sometimes it's too late. When do normally people remember that nothing belongs to them? When destiny hits them hard and they become helpless. But that is the weakest part. But we can be aware of everything while we are alive. And that will give you power. Nobody can tilt you. That's equanimity. When you are aware, hey, I'm walking through this earth like a tourist, on a tourist visa. If you're living 90 years in this world, healthy, it's only 90 summers, 90 winters, 90 springs, 90 birthdays. That's all you have. But we live as if we have a lot of time and we can extend it. It's not possible. And I always believe the best years of your life are your effective years, where you are effective. You don't need help from other people. Childhood, we are not effective. We needed help from our parents, from somebody. Somebody was looking after us. Late stage of life, we don't know. Maybe we need help from other people. We may have dependency from other people, with other people. That's not a good life. But that's part of life. Don't worry. Everything can happen in its time and in its position. So, when you look at stability in life or equanimity in life, equanimity is basically one level of awareness that you carry nothing from here. You are here only to experience life. Every stage in life, experience changes. What you experience at the age 5 is not the same what you experience at the age 50. At the age of 70, different. All experiences different. The things which you loved when you were at the age 10 may not have any value at the age 20. It changes. Things evolve. Mind changes, body changes, everything changes. Change is part of existence. And when you realize that this change is all that you have, and you start loving the change, not the other way around. Many people hate change. That's why we color the hair and all those things, because we want to stay young and we want to feel young, etc. I'm not telling that's wrong. That's all expression, personal expressions. Everything is okay. Nothing is right, by the way, nothing is right, nothing is wrong in life. What is good for you is right for you. Please remember. What is good for you is right for you, except violence. Violence hurts you and other people. Greed hurts you and other people. Intoxication makes you unconscious. Any intoxication, any addiction binds you. Intoxication makes you unconscious. What is the best life? What you can consider as the best life? Best possibility of life? Anybody? Being conscious while you are living. Every moment you are experiencing. You were all children at one point in time, right? Very small children, 2 years, 3 years. At that point in time, if somebody gave you a toy or somebody gave you a sweet, you would have enjoyed it 100%. That's the only thing at that time, right? Now imagine you are in 18, 19, 20, 21, 30. If somebody gives you something for a moment, oh, thank you, and you forgot. Greatest things of life are what happens every moment, not yesterday, nor tomorrow. Greater things of life is what's happening now, right now. You only have this, you know. You don't have anything else. Yesterday is finished. Even if you want to go back, impossible. That's why I always maintain regret and guilt are useless emotions. There's no point in regretting because you couldn't do anything at that time. No problem. Do it now. If you could not do something, or if you could have done something better at another point in time, There's no point in crying over it. There's no point in feeling I could have done better. You can't go back. Time is taking you forward. Time will take you forward. Changes are happening. Awareness is changing. Opportunities are different. So what best you can do now? Do it now. What you really want to do in life, do it now. Otherwise, it's another day, another time, another idea, maybe another vision. So, this is the kind of basic I would like to tell you. Now, coming back to what your principal had spoken about various institutions I started. You know, I had no plan to start any institution, first of all. Fundamentally, I was not interested in forming organizations, basically because many institutions I saw when I was working, bundle of ego, fight, politics, and I didn't want to create another thing to create that kind of a scenario. But later, when I started working towards raising awareness of people in the world, I decided, or I understood, that one thing will not work for everybody. Why there are various religions, various paths, various philosophies in the world? Why? Because there are various types of people. There are various types of people, and everything will not suit everybody. That's why we need variety. World needs variety. Same size of shirt doesn't suit everybody. Am I right? You all have your unique preferences. That makes you. Your unique preferences makes you. That's what you are. And that's exactly why we need to have different platforms. I started World Consciousness Alliance. It's a unification of artists, entertainers. Why? It's not about spirituality. We're not talking philosophy. They're only telling, don't hurt anybody. You know, let there be ahimsa. Humanity first. See, while living your life, the usual competition, comparison, imitation path never gives you satisfaction. Have you observed? When you're competing with somebody, are you satisfied? In the war of ego or in the feast of ego, nobody is contented. In other words, in the feast of ego, everybody goes home hungry. So nobody is satisfied when they are competing with somebody. When they are imitating, they are compromising their uniqueness. Please remember, as a creation, we are all unique. But as doctors, you will know inside it's all the same. The machinery is same. But as creation, we are unique. Our thumb impression is unique to us. That's why we have distinction. We are distinct. We are unique. So I decided that there should be different people, different frequencies talking one thing, same thing. So it's the principle of righteousness, goodness, love, kindness. This is our possibility. It's a real possibility that you can be kind and you can still succeed. It's not that we have to compete and succeed all the time. By giving up things, we can succeed. By letting go, we can succeed a lot. See, this thing about forgiveness, people have courses on forgiveness. I always believe forgiveness never happens if it is from the mind. What is forgiveness? You're forgiving another person. It never happens. Because as long as you keep anger or hatred in mind, you're not forgiven. Have you forgiven? No. How can you forgive? You have to let go of the whole situation, including the people. Let go. It's not my burden anymore. It's something from the past. What belongs to the past, remain in the past. If you are able to do that and segregate yourself from the past, you have actually forgiven. And forgiveness is for whom? It's for you. You have to respect yourself, and because of that, you're not a garbage can. Because of that, don't carry your past with you. Many injustice you would have experienced in life. This is normal. 8 billion people out there. 8 billion people. And please remember, Nobody gets everything. They will all have their desires, inclinations, tendencies. They have their patterns. Don't think that everybody gets everything. They may not get it. But you have to accept what comes to you and grow from there. That's your truth. Like, for example, I'm standing here now. I can only start walking from here. I'm not at the door. If I'm at the door, I can walk from there. So don't imagine that, oh, it would have been better if I'm at the door, so I could have walked less. That's stupidity. Life is not like that. You have to start walking from where you stand, and you have to walk yourself. Please remember, you are born alone, you will die alone. So if you understand these things, you will start looking at life in a more objective way, not in a subjective way. Oh, I am suffering, people are bad, and a lot of people have inflicted pains. They have done their job. People have come to your life, they have given you what they could in their way, but you have to live. You have to live. It's your life, and it's nobody's business. There's nothing right, nothing wrong. What is right for you is what makes you stable, happy. What's wrong for you is what makes you tedious, suffering. So this is approximately what, and so why I started these different organizations. Fruit tree plantation drive I started. I think I was in Europe at that time. I started because I saw in the television a lot of animals from the forest are coming to cities because there's no food in the forest. So I was, I think I was going to South Africa, or I was in South Africa. I can't remember these things because sometimes too much travel. So the Zulu prince, the king honored me with a warrior stick. It's almost like knighthood for them. Zulu tribe, they honor you. So and the king said, Mohanji will be helping us with our stability, or will helping our tribe. So I told the prince handed it over. So I told the prince, I need forests. They have a lot of forests. I need forests for cultivating fruit-bearing trees, because there is no food in the forest. Animals come to the cities. And when they come to the cities, they are considered almost like we see in the alien stories of Hollywood, like they are all enemies. See, all the aliens are not enemies. See, there are so many people visiting our planet from various worlds. There are so many worlds out there. And they're not enemies. They are curious sometimes. But we in our Hollywood films, all the people who are not humans are enemies, and we do all sorts of gimmicks to defeat them. So animals are they're not coming to cities to harm you. They're coming out of desperation, no food. And even like we experienced in the Amazon forest, when COVID happened, there was no food in the Amazon forest. We are still supporting the Amazon forests in South America. Yeah, why did you ever think why these people who live in the forest all the time, why are they not having food? How can COVID affect them? We spoiled them. That's why. We gave them things from outside. We brought things from outside and we spoiled them. They were hunters. They used to thrive with the forest materials. They had good awareness about what plants are for, like our Ayurveda. These people are very intelligent. They know what is the value of water, what's the value of certain flowers, and they know what is a poison, what is not a poison, all these things. But we killed all those particular properties, understanding. Same with aborigines in Australia. We took them away, and then we made them kind of orphans, miserable, and they needed our help. And I think we had a situation where we sent money or some material, and this lady who was handling it had a problem with the teeth. Yeah. But she decided to have the pain, continue with the pain, still buy food for the people of the tribe. A man, now recently I was in Brazil, a man rowed a boat 7 days to reach the civilization and meet me. And he's the doctor for 195 tribes. they have huge wealth of knowledge. But what are we doing? We're trying to normalize people. We should never normalize people. We are all unique beings. If the moment we become bricks on the wall, we lose identity. We lose our uniqueness. Then we are just a brick on the wall. 80% of the people of the world are like that. We are eager to become another brick on the wall, to have a salary, a house, or marriage, house, children's education, and children's children. Then we die. This is this is what we call success. It's not success. Have you seen some people very, very, very entrepreneurial in the world? Now these people, we can see Elon Musk and all those kind of people, they have no difference from us. Only difference is they dared to execute their dreams. They dared. Most people are satisfied with a regular package salary. But we all have much more capacity. I always believed if we or people around us cannot see, the world can still see. Example, Nikola Tesla. He knew a lot, but the man whom he was working with, who has all the patents with him, did not really quite understand, or probably understood him too well, because this man is dangerous, so he kept him under in the bottle. He was inventing most of the things which Edison, right? No, Nikola Tesla's many inventions never came out into the, it never even came out. Yeah, it says so many, and also it was Edison, right? He was partnering with, So Edison was a businessman. Only businessmen can use such talents. That's where what happens. Very few people dare to execute their talents and become, and for them, this is, if somebody gives them with a laboratory and finance, and they're happy. And that's used by businessmen. And sometimes businessmen do not have compassion, ethics. They do not really care for the welfare of the world. What they care for is profits. When you care only for profits, you're degenerated already, because then society doesn't matter. So we have seen different things. Like I'm still attending many peace conferences. People invite me. So like we got the BRICS award, Brazil, Russia, India, China, on 19th, right? 19th January. So I gave a brief speech there. So I asked one question, because all the ambassadors are there, the people of various countries are there. So I thought this is a good place to talk. Sometimes you don't get this. So I asked one question: are we really serious about world peace? If we are really serious, why are we allowing war machine makers to make all these machines to kill people? Why are weapons being manufactured in so much quantity? Why is there trafficking happening in the world? Why are wars, bloodsheds, displacement? And I also even heard like United Nations, BRICS is almost like beginning to become like United Nations. More and more countries are joining. More countries are coming into the fold. So it's a substantial organization, very, very good organization. So United Nations also was supposed to take the responsibility of peace in the world, right? But when we heard a statement when Afghanistan war happened, what did they say? All the countries should be responsible and take care of the refugees as much as they can. I was wondering, what are you talking? All the countries should be responsible and there should be no refugees. That's what you should talk, isn't it? Afghanistan is one country. If 195 countries decide there should be no refugees, first will be, like I like to sleep in my bed, not in somebody else's house or bed, because this makes me more comfortable. Same with Afghanistan people going to Canada, very cold country, or let's say Norway, very cold, and trying to adjust to that culture, and which is not their culture, language is different. Is this what we call as peace or road to peace? That's not peace. It's not road to peace either. This is adjustment. You're trying to adjust. But what is happening in the bargain? Demographic imbalance. The local people cannot adjust with these people, neither can these people adjust with the local people. And what happens in the whole thing? What's happening in Germany now? You know, who's going to throw the stone? Nobody knows. You know, and then all the other legal examples. So what I mean to say is that everybody has a responsibility as an individual. I believe that if you're holding the passport of a country, you should be responsible for the country, not only in your subject matter, but as a citizen. And that gives you stability and also equanimity, because you are able to see life at a larger, the larger picture of life. When you see the larger picture of life, you will know, okay, you are born here at this time, in this space, with this capacity, and this is what you have to do. Automatically things will clear up. Opportunities will come. And you will know what exactly you need to do. Also, it is not that we do everything. We don't have to do everything. What other people are doing, we don't have to do. It becomes collaboration. You know, so there are so many factors which we can mix into this. Now, the world is more on a digital plane now. So our connection or our interaction mostly are with our mobile phones. Maximum relationship we have now is with our mobile phone, right? 80% of our communication in a waking state is with our mobile phone. And it has become more and more of entertainment. We are addicted to entertainment. We are addicted to phones. I was talking to one of the police heads in one country, and he was telling most of the reason, or most domestic violence issue is connected to mobile phones. Because somebody is addicted to games, playing, and the mother or father comes and say, no, you should study, they become violent. So the whole structure or the fabric is changing. We got to grow with it. We cannot change it now. It's too late to change. There's no point in telling, please don't use mobile phone. It will never work. We got to be realistic. We got to be clear about it. And we need to know that this is an addiction. Most people do not know that it's an addiction. We are, okay, this is an innocent addiction, but not that. We're losing eye contact. We don't look into the eyes of people and talk anymore. We fall in love on mobile phone on WhatsApp, and we get out of love. Also, we reject love through WhatsApp. Heart sign, broken, finished. You see, this is how we live now, where there is no eye contact, there is no communication, there is no warmth, there is no companionship, and everything is transactional. Everything is transactional. Life has become transactional, which takes you out of life. You are existing, not living. But most of us, I know, we lived before the mobile phone time, know that how much we used to share in our life. With our friends, we used to value, we used to share food together. Now, mostly we go to McDonald's or something, and I mean, we just, okay, are you hungry? Okay, let's eat. Whatever you get, fast food. You know, we don't spend time. And also, children who are growing up, many of you are very young. I'm almost 60. You know, mostly, do you think that we know our children? We don't know our children. Earlier, approximately a large amount of a children's life formation stage was influenced by their parents. Now it's influenced by mobile phone. You have no idea of how they are getting influenced. Parents have very negligible role. Teachers have very negligible role. You can't blame the teachers. Teachers cannot do much because information explosion. So many things are getting downloaded. And mobile phone has taken the privacy away. It brings world to your bedroom, to your toilet. You know, Google knows when we are going to toilet and what we do in the toilet also perhaps. This is that level, and also now artificial intelligence coming. What is the thing which, Chat GPT, and the other one is the face. You can manipulate people's face. Deepfake. You can create anybody, anytime. Make scandals. So one day you realize that you are on the television. You didn't even know. You see, we are exposed. In this, you got to remain stable. So stability, when we talk about, is a flexible aspect. Stability is not always stable in one way. It's not possible. You cannot say equanimity, stability, our interaction with the world as a static thing. It's always flexible, fluid. And you have to adapt. You got to keep shifting. You got to be aware. Hey, this is probably dangerous. See, I was told, I saw a police thing. It's from Karnataka. I live in Bangalore. They said, don't take video calls of unknown numbers because they take your face and make it a porn video. That means you should not open that if you don't know the number. See, it's a very, very eerie situation. You know, sometimes you don't know who's calling, and especially people like me, I meet a lot of people, and sometimes I don't know whose number it is, you know, new people. But anyway, I don't handle my phone too much. But all what I'm saying is that times are changing. You cannot have one definition and say, this is the definition I'm going to put through the time. In this situation, how you can be stable? Shortcut, I will tell you. The shortcut. Self-acceptance. You accept yourself and you create your own, tailor-make your own strategy, your life. And doesn't matter what the temptations are coming from outside. Temptations will be plenty. But you should always remember, every temptation could be another door for exposure or something unknown, something which could possibly create a problem. Secondly, you should learn enough to lead a life. So we had this system of brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, sannyasa, etc. We had this system. See, brahmacharya is a time when we gathered knowledge. And how they were taught, from what was the criteria in the past? Your nature, how you are. Everybody, all of us have a unique nature. And if you study as per your nature, you're very powerful because you love to do it. This is one of the fundamental. So brahmacharya is a time when you gather knowledge. Grihastha is a time when you execute knowledge. You sell your knowledge or you expound your knowledge and earn your living and gather stuff. You make your life. Then comes vanaprastha. Vanaprastha, technical meaning is leaving for the forest. That the actual meaning is you understand all that you earned will not come with you when you die. That's only an understanding. Please don't think that you're leaving somewhere. You're not going anywhere. But you become aware, all that I have collected, all that I have secured from here, I can't take anywhere. When I die, I go empty-handed. Like Alexander put his hands out and when he died because he wanted the people to know that none of these things he could carry. He said the world conqueror, but he conquered nothing. So this is the idea, the time when you, vanaprastha time, when you realize all that I have gathered, I can't take. All there, that was for experience. Then comes sannyasa. That is the shift from the gross to the subtle. And this is spirituality, by the way. Understanding the gross, we have the gross, and we have a subtle which is empowering the gross. So when you move from the gross towards the subtle, more and more, the energy side, you start feeling that only the path is feeling. You have to feel and feel and feel. You cannot understand with your eyes, ears, nose, mouth or skin, not through your senses. Senses are activated by that thing. That thing to know, you have to start feeling. Even in life, feeling is a very good thing. Please remember, if you start feeling yourself, you start knowing yourself. And don't ever, ever pitch your understanding about yourself based on somebody else's opinions. When somebody else is talking about you, understand they are not understanding you. They are just having opinions, and don't take their opinions as final. They may not even know you. Even you may not know yourself if you are not connecting to you. If you're imitating somebody else, you already compromised your uniqueness. So for you to know you, you have to start feeling. feel, feel, feel. And then you realize this energy which is activating me and which is projecting my personality to the world. But what happens in the sannyasa stage? You stop projecting. This is very important to know. You stop. All our life, we projected our personality to the world and people recognized us based on that projection, right? Our position, our education, all these things we are projecting. So people call you doctor, engineer, based on what we do in the world. That stops. We start reflecting. Projection and reflecting are two things. We are not projecting there's nothing to project anymore. This is how masters live. Nothing to project. We just reflect. Okay, situations are happening, we just reflect. Like a mirror. A mirror is standing there and you go in front, it shows exactly how you are. Just like that, projection shifts to reflection. The moment it starts becoming reflection, you start losing connection with all the external factors. You know, it's not that you run away from home or you hate anybody or you don't have any relation. You will have everything. That's normal. You will have everything, but at the same time, your expectation level is different. Then what happens? You will start enjoying every small things. You see, there's children coming and playing with you, or anybody neighbors, friends, family. You will start experiencing everything, and they all will become precious. Everything will become precious, and that enhances your stability on earth. So the last stage of your life, you are reflecting, not projecting. Then nothing to project. Nothing to project. That stage is sannyasa stage, where you are stable, you are connecting to consciousness, and usually they say, the deathbed, there will be only one lamp. Why? Light. That's all you need to see. No pictures, nothing. Just one lamp. You keep looking at the lamp. When your eyes are open, you see the lamp. What do you see? The flame, the light. As small children, newborn children, they also get fascinated with light. Our last times, we will be fascinated with light. We are not worried about our bank balance or whether who's in the election, who are we voting for election. All those things are over. At Vanaprastha time, we are detaching from all these things. And sannyasa time, we are connecting to the flame, the energy, the light inside us. And maybe one mantra. It could be just Om. That feeling. That's the universal energy expression. How the universe, which is unfathomable, unknowable, how it talks, this is the way it talks. The moment you start hearing that within, you're connected to the energy aspect of you, and you live peacefully. You know, anayasena maranam, effortless death. And of course, for medical science, death is tragedy. But in spirituality, death is transition. There's a big gap here. I don't look at death as a tragedy. I look at death as an inevitability. You know, people die. And I used to tell my doctor, I have the right to die peacefully. Don't put these things on my mouth and keep me alive. When I have to go, I'll go. You know, I don't I don't know whether it's true, but there is a quote from Karl Marx. People, during his deathbed, journalists approached him, Karl Marx. These are the three people who turned the thought process of 20th century, Karl Marx, Charles Darwin, and Sigmund Freud. These are the three people who diverted our thought process in the 20th century. So Karl Marx was dying, and the journalists asked him, do you have any last words to say to the world? So his last words, as per I know, but I don't know whether it's true, so don't quote me on this. Karl Marx said, last words are for those people who could not open their mouth when they were alive. I don't have that problem. 3,000 pages of Das Kapital. What more you can say in the world? 3,000 pages, Das Kapital. He's written enough and more for the world. You know? And now last words, what will you say? Nothing more to say. So my request to you is that speak when you have to. So there is no need for last words. You know? So this is approximately what I wanted to say. What more should I say? Anybody has a question? Yes, please. Yes, please. Liberation. Yeah. It's a transition. Yeah, it's liberation. Yeah, we have video. Yes, please. Yes. Ji. Thank you. Yes. The- this is the, this is the truth. This question. This is yeah. Please sit down. This is exactly how we are, right? See what is running our life? Pattern. And what does the pattern contain? One is desire, our desires. Second is our inclinations, our vasanas, tendencies. So they control our life, right? Vasanas and desires control our life. So the whole life from birth till death, the entire period of life is driven by vasanas. And what you have to experience at each point in time is laid out in those times. So it's a horizontal thing where you start life at one time and end life, and all this time you have this pattern running you, and you cannot escape because that's what you are. And it's not bad either. Don't think that, oh, this is crazy. Now, how do you make a slight difference in this? Just by being aware. You go through your life. You want to have an ice cream, have the ice cream. But be aware, oh, I'm having the ice cream. So one step backwards. You're seeing yourself doing it. But you're experiencing, you're not denying your experience. By denying experience, what happens? Postponement happens. When you postpone things, what happens? You may have to come back again. See, so postponement is definitely not a good thing. Denial is not a good thing. But you're watching. Oh, I'm experiencing this. Every situation, whatever you want to experience in life, as I said, nothing is right, nothing is wrong. You have to experience, but be aware you're experiencing. So that means there is a witnesshood there. You're witnessing yourself experiencing. So, see, people can say, oh, you should not do this. Only one thing I tell, don't do things which are related to violence in thoughts, words, action, in 3 levels, because that hurts you and other people. So when you have poison for other people, major poison is here, inside. Avoid that, so you will be light, easy. As long as we don't hurt other people, we are good. So while you are experiencing life, just add awareness into it. Being aware is that's the only possibility. Now, imagine you try to manipulate it. Do you think it will stay? It won't stay. By changing the course, it won't stay. Course changes by itself sometime. That is how Kuppuswamy became Shivananda. You know, at one point in time, he said, what the hell am I doing here? And he went to Himalayas and he became Shivananda. That is a change of course, because your original path shifted to another path, because the original path didn't matter anymore. You know, so at certain point in time, some awakening happens within you, and you realize all these things you're doing here is worthless. There is something larger, something bigger, and I don't want to waste my time on earth. And then you progress towards that path. That makes sense. That should not be forced. Let me tell you again. If you force it, it will not last. If it's happening spontaneously, it will last. Whatever is organic, whatever is natural is right. Whatever is manipulated or created, it may not last. This is my answer. Yes, absolutely. Thank you. Thank you. Any more questions? Yes, please. Right. Yeah. You know, as I told earlier, many people do not know the value of love. They do not know the value of trust. Many people are addicted to success, at any cost. And for them, everything is a stepping stone. And if we encounter such people, see, there are many types of people in the world. And if we encounter such people, they can't be stable with you. They cannot be stable, and they wouldn't even know that they are hurting others, because their lifestyle and their orientation is in such a way that they are completely occupied with themselves. They are not really thinking about you. So what you need to do is to think about you. Self-respect. What is self-respect? If a frequency, I'll not use the word man or a woman, a frequency. We're all frequencies, right? If you do not really vibe with the frequency, walk away. If you are not accepted, appreciated, or even expected in some way in a place, walk away. You know, keep your self-esteem. That's the only way, because we can't change other people. We cannot do anything about how other people are, because everybody is following their orientation. So when they follow their orientation, they do bizarre things. Sometimes we become victims of it. I have experienced betrayals in life, many betrayals. I trust people 100%. This is my habit even now. I trust people fully. And I believe in people fully because I trust myself fully. The only thing I did in this life is that I believed in myself. We can believe in anybody, but we cannot control anybody, nor we can change anybody, because it's in them. If they want to change, they change. Otherwise, they don't. And not only that, don't ever expect everybody will like you. Some people will not like you. Why? Because frequency won't match. This is okay. I never expected all the people to love me or hate me. Some people love you, some people hate you. And those people who have seen you what you are, they stay with you. They will never leave you. These are your only relatives in life. Not birth relatives, but as you go through your life, you get these relatives. And those people are precious for you. They are the diamonds of your life. They love you not for something. They love you for nothing. They love you as you are. But those people who come to hurt you, take them as lessons. That person lost you. You didn't lose anybody, right? You didn't hurt anybody. You make sure you don't hurt anybody. But that person lost you, maybe a good friend or somebody whom they could have trusted. They lost. But it's not your loss. Nothing. You lost nothing. You are stable. And your stability is your birthright. Your stability is your birthright. Doesn't matter what work you do, which country you live, these are all not important. But your stability is your birthright. Like in the flights they say, right? Put the mask on your face first, then you help other people. Similarly, you have to be stable to keep others alive. You have to stay alive to keep others alive. So this is important, that your stability at any cost, maintain it. That's not selfishness. That's your birthright. See, don't expect anybody to give you stability, even in a marital relationship. It is because marriage also is a joining of two frequencies. There's no guarantee it will always be the same. It will, 80 out of 100 times, it will not be the same. But what we do, one purpose drives us together. And if a purpose is larger, and if the cement between the people, two people in marriage, is freedom, it will stay. If it is ownership, possessiveness, control, it will break. Because nobody can be controlled. We are living our life. Nobody can be controlled. We are flowing through our life. Right? Sorry. The best contribution you can give to any relationship is freedom. Best contribution. The other side is ownership, possessiveness. Please remember, we can own nobody in this life. Nobody. Why I say that? Because birth, you have no control. Death also, you will have no control. We are born at a particular time, we'll die at a particular time. In between, all the things that are happening in our life are happening. Not as per what we plan. Like for example, 2 months ago, did you know we are going to speak with each other? this happens. So like this, life brings situation. And okay, this is the situation I have. I'm here. That's about it. In other words, being available for life is the only thing you can do. As life happens to you, as life is happening, be available. Means be present. Enjoy it fully. And that's all you can do. Other people are other people. You know, maybe your own projection. For example, if you have tremendous insecurity within you, you may get somebody like that around you. You created a man or a woman from your insecurity, and they come to you and they give you insecurity just to make you feel that you have it. You see? So there's no point in blaming somebody else. Oh, why are you insecure? So where is it coming from? You see? You see? Sometimes it happens that way. So everything is about life is relative. As you are, see, honestly, we can only project out what we are to the world. Even if we project something else, imagine we are pretending. People will understand. People are not idiots. They figure out, hey, this fellow is projecting or pretending all the time. And they can't go through the situations a long time. So we have to be ourselves, 100%, whether people like it or not. I'm not telling in an arrogant way. We have to accept ourselves, respect ourselves, love ourselves, and be ourselves. Then the world sees you as original. Hey, this is an original person. They are themselves. That's how legends are created. All the legends of the world are original people. You see, those people whom we respect, they all dared to be original, while other people compromised. They tried to become somebody else, and in the bargain it didn't happen. It won't happen, because let's say if I try to become Amitabh Bachchan, he's already taken, he's already there. I can only be Mohanji, and I'm fine as Mohan. Thank you. What is God? That's the question. I would say God is a factor, an essential factor. There are two levels we can experience God. One is microcosm, where what energizes you is part of God. What energizes the unit is part of God factor, not God. What energizes the universe is also God. That's the macrocosm. So in microcosm, what energizes the unit, like electricity, take electricity as an example. It goes through the light bulb, it gives you light. Same goes through the air conditioner, gives you temperature variation. It goes through washing machine, washes your clothes. Same electricity, but it behaves differently. But we feel it's different, God, because washing machine is different. The purpose of washing machine is different from that of air conditioner. That's why all these conflicts are happening in the world. People don't know God. They think that religion is God. Religion is a roadmap. You follow any religion you like, which suits you. And don't say that mine is better than the other. That's stupidity. Nothing is better or nothing. It's all your personal choice. It's like saying that my shirt is always better than yours. I like it, I wear it. That's it. So God factor is your life factor. The life factor. When it leaves, it's a dead body. But again, there is nothing without the existence of God. If you go to micro level, to an atom, you see movement. That movement is God factor. God is a factor. And God need not be in the form of a human being. For us to connect, it's easier. Then we can relate to it. Why we have 330 million gods? Because there are so many types of people. There are so many types of people. And a person, who do you connect to easily, effortlessly in life? I'm not talking about God. Who do you generally connect to effortlessly and easily? Somebody whom you can speak to, or somebody whom you can feel, somebody whom you can connect to, right? But there are 8 billion people out there. How many people we have not connected? Same with an external object or an idol as God. But then again, we have these idols in the temples. They have definite reason why there are idols. For example, as I told earlier, the gross and the subtle together is life. Same with that, a form is created with a particular structure as per Vastu, and energy is induced in the form through rituals, and there are yantras. Yantra means circuits, like you have your nervous system, nadis, that circuit. And we have mantras. Mantras are frequencies. We all have frequency. Each organ of our body has its own frequency, and a medley or the cocktail of all these frequencies, we call it a body. But the frequency of your kidneys and the frequency of your liver are different. Purpose is different. Vibrational level is different. We may not know it in a gross level, but if you go deeper, you will know each organ talks to you differently, a different language. But when it all come together, we have a healthy life. Imbalance happens, we call it sickness, because the communication is affected. So like that, we have created deities. Deities are only representations. Remember, please remember, don't think deities are 100% God. That is also God, or representation of God. Now, you know the story of father asking the son to bring fire. Son bought a burning lamp, like we lit the lamp here. And father said, I didn't ask you to bring a lamp, I asked you to bring fire. So he bought a burning ember, charcoal. And the father said, I didn't ask you to bring charcoal, I told you to bring fire. So he said, Father, without a medium, how can fire be brought? So he said, same like that, without a medium, how can God express itself? That is why God factor expresses itself through all of us. And, thank you. And please remember, we are not higher nor lower. Nobody is higher, nobody is lower. Nobody is even equal. We are unique. That's the God factor. Our uniqueness is our God factor. Please believe in your uniqueness. Then only you can be powerful in this world. Don't believe you are somebody else or something else. You are what you are. And that's your strength. So if you believe in your uniqueness, you are supremely powerful because you are created like that. And this is exactly what it is, God factor. So God is something in our scriptures, it's beautifully explained. Brighter than a million suns. Divi Surya Sahasrasya. Brighter than a million suns. You must have heard that. How many of you saw Oppenheimer? Yeah, it's a manipulated version in the feature film, but I have studied Oppenheimer's story in my school days. And when he exploded that small miniature atomic bomb in the desert of Nevada, journalist asked him, what do you feel? So he said, Divi Surya Sahasrasya, brighter than a million suns. That is when Krishna revealed himself in Bhagavad Gita. It was pure brightness. It blinded people, you can't see. So we can only see gross with our eyes. And also understand this differently. See, we are predominantly using two aspects of our brain, intelligence or intellect. One is what we collect from outside and we process. It's called Shruddha Buddhi. 80% we are using only that. We are collecting information from outside, we are processing them, and we believe in them. This is what we write exams and all those things. We use this information which is given by other people, maybe teachers, maybe parents, maybe religion, maybe society has given you information, and you process those information, and that's what you're presenting to the world as yours. Am I right? This is Shruddha Buddhi. Second is Yukta Buddhi, logical. These are the scientists and the inventors and all those people. They use an intelligence, but they have sourced from the available information and they created their own thing. This is called Yukta Buddhi, this logical mind. These two we use all the time. Not everybody. Most people only use the first aspect, collected information, they execute it and they are happy. Some people invent things painters, artists, architects, creators, they all do it. Even feature film makers, all those people use their logical things and creativity a lot. There's a third aspect, which is not usually understood, which is called Rhythm Bhara Buddhi, which is cosmic consciousness. And the method is awareness. You can't use your senses for it. Your senses have no value there. It's cosmic consciousness, awareness. That is, through awareness, you're being aware. That is how all these rishis and munis and all these people, they created their thing. That is how Vatsyayana wrote Kama Sutra without making love. You see, he had no relationships in his life, but he created Kama Sutra as a thesis work, because using awareness and possibilities, all those things are beyond a logical mind. Look at Ayurveda, Vastu, so many of these things, they are all connected to Ridambara Buddhi, cosmic consciousness. Even we worship Lord Ganesha in Hindu tradition. We worship Lord Ganesha before every worship. Why? Why is that so? Because you know the story, right? Ma Parvati created a bodyguard to protect her or safeguard her when she was taking bath. And Shiva came and fought with him, chopped his head. Ma Parvati said, "This is my child. I created him." Shiva said, "I'm sorry, I didn't know. You know, no, give him back his life." Why did not Shiva put his head back? Why he put an elephant's head back? Any logical answer? Because, yes, please. Thank you. Parvati created a bodyguard. Shiva created a deity. And why elephant's head? Normal head can only handle Shruta Buddhi, or normal head has only Shruta Buddhi or Yukta Buddhi. The intelligence which processes information from external information or information from outside, or logical, this is the processing. He wanted to create a deity which is conscious about consciousness. So biggest mammal, biggest brain, and that represents cosmic awareness of cosmic consciousness. That means he is fully aware of consciousness. Before every creation, it was consciousness. Like we talked about God, pure energy. Before matter happened, it's pure energy. Matter, when it dissected, it becomes pure energy, right? This is all taught by science also. You know it now. So to represent that level of awareness which is connected to consciousness, always aware of consciousness, and in a way, consciousness is the beginning and the most real. That's why that worship became the first one. So that we are aware that it's all consciousness end of the day. All the forms that we see will dissolve, and what remains in the end? Consciousness, pure energy. So this idea had to be taught, but the story doesn't explain all this in so many detail, which is okay, because those who have to find out will find out. You know, everything is like that. All that things which we see in the scriptures, like we have various deities whom we worship, and many people ask the question, why are you confused? People have asked me. It's not confusion, it's awareness, because I connect to the frequency which suits me. Some people worship Shiva, some people worship Vishnu, some people worship Shakti, as per their orientation. And that orientation gives them stability. When they worship that, that gives them stability. This is your right. And why do we say something is better than the other? That's ignorance. Nothing is better than the other. What suits you is right for you. What doesn't suit you, not right for you. As simple as that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate your attention, and I hope we did communicate. We did communicate. Lots of love. I wish you great success in life and also great stability. Thank you.
Life is indeed a roller coaster, and what sketch you have drawn here on this larger canvas has impacted a lot in the brains of the audience sitting here. Thank you, Mohanji. Now I request Honorable Vice Chancellor Sir to convey Abhar.
आप लोग आधे तो ट्रांस में थे, आधे कन्फ्यूजन में थे, और कुछ लोग अपने पर्सनल मैटर सेटल कर रहे थे तो उनको आंसर भी मिला। और यहाँ कुछ समाचार जगत के ख्यात विद्वान भी आए, उन्होंने क्वेश्चन भी पूछे, उसका बहुत बड़ा कंट्रीब्यूशन था जो हमने अप्रिशिएट किया। आदरणीय श्री मोहन जी, आपके विद्वतापूर्वक संबोधन से हम सभी संकाय सदस्य और छात्रवृंद जो कि पैसिफिक मेडिकल यूनिवर्सिटी के संगठक कॉलेजों से हैं गौरवान्वित महसूस कर रहे हैं। आपके सुसंदेश के फलस्वरूप हमारे सेवा कार्यों में मरीजों के साथ सौम्यता व शांति का कार्य करेंगे। आप एक दिए की तरह अंधकार में जलते रहें और अपना ज्ञान जो है वो सब में बांटकर और सबको गौरवान्वित करें। और आप यहाँ आए इतना ट्रैवल करके, और आपने एक बड़ा लंबा सेशन दिया, और ये कभी नहीं ख़त्म होने वाला सेशन था, बिकॉज क्वेश्चंस जब पूछना शुरू करते हैं तो एक के बाद एक कई क्वेश्चंस आते हैं और हर एक के दिमाग में अलग क्वेश्चंस हैं। हो सकता है आपसे मिलने भी आए वो बाहर में, पर यह है कि ये सेशन ख़त्म होने लायक नहीं लग रहा था, पर क्योंकि वक्त की मजबूरियां थी, आपका आगे का प्रोग्राम भी है, तो हमने इसको जो है समाप्त किया है। आप सभी लोग जो है डाइनिंग हॉल में खाना लगा हुआ है, तो आप लोग खाना खा के जाएँ। क्यों आशीष? हैं अलाउड?
With this, we conclude this thought-provoking session by Shri Mohanji, and hopefully we will be having his gracious presence in future also. I request the respected dais to proceed for the lunch, and all others sitting in front